As you can see here, I have paused your swing at our land position. So our first first place we should adjust is, as you can see down here, the bottom. Our front foot is actually quite a well way off being in a straight line back towards the mound. So the reason why this is an issue is because it can put us offline, put us off balance, and it can also change our body positioning in and around contact. So what I would like you to do is see this green line here. I'd like you to get your front foot more towards there, but also keep it here at this 45-degree angle. That is a good position to be in with our front foot. Okay, so the reason why we like that at 45 degrees because it is easier for our hips to move through the ball and move through our swing. Okay, so moving on to our next red arrow just at our hip line here. So what this is trying to indicate is I would like to see you have a bit more of a load into our back hip here. We load into our back hip and we drive our weight down and towards and back behind our body. So we're in a stacked position on our back side. So we call that a rear hip load. So I would like to see you have a bit more rear hip load. But as we move on through the different parts of our swing here, I actually really like your upper body turn and the position of our bat. It is behind our body and we are hiding our hands. That's the cue I like to use is hide your hands. It will help us create torque with our upper body. So instead of thinking of turning our whole upper body, think of hiding our hands behind our body, and it automatically creates that torque and torsion that we're aiming or striving to get. Okay, I would recommend that our bat is a little more upright here. So our bat is a little more towards the sky, and we've brought our back elbow a little higher. Okay, but those are minor adjustments that can be made relatively easily with some instruction and some more swings to be taken. Alright, mate, so moving forward through our swing, I actually really like your swing path. So swing path is a critical part of a swing. So as you can see here, let me get my squiggly line. So as you can see here, we begin our swing, our bat starts back here, and we begin our arc around our body. You've actually done a really good job in creating separation. But like I said before, if we could stay a little more stacked in this position and have that here as we continue our drive forward, which you do very well. Your drive forward is a huge part of our rhythm and a huge part of our load process during our swing. So like I said, we're moving on. We're in the zone back here, and then you continue to drive your swing through the baseball, which is very good. Now, one suggestion I would make is, obviously this is where we would be making contact. Okay, so this little ball here is indicating our contact zone. What I'm going to say is our front arm is a little too straight. I'd like to see it a bit more like this, which brings our back arm into this position here. As you can see, this is a much stronger position, and we're in a position where we can really be in a strong position to make contact and have our whole body behind the ball. Okay, mate? So just have a bend at our elbow and a bend at our back elbow, and we're thinking of moving through the baseball and being in a strong position. Now, by strong position, as you can see, all our weight is actually up here, and here. You know, so I would like more weight going this way and this way with our back leg, because remember, once we've got that stack and we've gathered all that energy into our back hip, I want it to be driven up towards the baseball. And this is going to sound a bit counterproductive in account because for us to drive forward, we need to drive our back knee. So our back knee, not our back hip. We need to drive our back knee towards the floor. That just helps us stay level, stay grounded, and stay balanced. Okay, so there are a few things that we can make adjustments on, mate, but there's also some really, really good positives to come out of this swing. So let me run through the positives again. Our load's pretty good. So you load back from this position. This is the stacked position I would like you to stay in. As you can see, all our weight is stacked. From here, you're good, really, really good. And then we get to our land or our unraveling of our hips, which, as you can see here, we're beginning to travel up and away from our body. Okay, so this is our hip line, and as you can see, it's traveled in an upward fashion where I would like to see it more level with our hips, and along that green line a bit further, because that helps us keep our energy in our swing and keep our energy in our body. So I think that's the biggest thing we could work on is at land position. So land position is where our front foot lands. We could be a bit lower or a bit, so by that I mean that stacked position I'm talking about there, okay? So that is a big part of our swing, and then also staying more on line. So keep your feet in line and keep your feet driving towards the pitcher's mound. Okay, so keep going. Your hip turns really, really good. Like I mentioned before, we could be in a better position with our arm placement and our contact position, okay? So you get to palm up, palm down pretty good, but I would like to see some bend in that front arm. I want you to try this when you're listening to this video. So your arm is extended. I want you to take your other hand and try and hit your extended arm back towards the ground. Now bend your arm and keep it tight to your chest, and then try to hit it towards the ground. That's just a basic demonstration in how to be in a strong position and why it is important to be in a strong position. But like I said, your swing path is really, really good. If we could just make those minor adjustments and take those into account with our next swing, that would be awesome. So going forward from here, if you want to send me another video, ask me some questions, two ways you can do it. You can contact me directly, or you can go through Mr. Long, and then we can continue to improve our swing while we're not at school. And this is good things to practice and good things to try and implement for when we come back to school. Good job, mate. Happy swinging. Keep the videos coming. Keep improving every day. And I will have another look in a later part. Thanks, mate.